Alright, what's up everybody? It's Will here, obviously. And you can see at the bottom of the screen, this is definitely a special show because we have the Oscar prediction show. Considering the Oscars are tonight, which I plan on live streaming, by the way, that's going to happen. It starts around 8 p.m., so I'm going to try to start the stream a little bit before them. But hopefully I'm able to actually be able to watch them because I've noticed in my area it's a little bit tricky getting ABC because they don't want to stream in my area. So we're going to see how that works out. Hopefully I'm able to actually watch it online. I got a couple different avenues I'm going to explore. So we can hopefully that I'll be able to stream the Oscars tonight. But plan on me streaming either way. We're gonna find a way to make this happen. So I'll be able to start around 8 p.m. hopefully, if not a little bit after if I run into some technical issues. But for this show, this is simply a predictions show. So what I'm gonna do basically is I have 13 categories laid out here. I'm gonna show you actually real quick. So this is kind of what I got it look set up like. So I'll go through each category, show you the nominees, and then kind of go through my logic. Oh, whoops. Sorry, there we go. Go through my logic and show you guys basically how this is kind of going to work. But basically, I got my notes here. As you can see, I got everything typed up, ready to go based on my predictions. Like I said, 13 predictions on 13 categories. And we're going to kind of go through and I'm going to explain my logic and my reasoning behind certain picks. Last year, I was 11 for 13. I was really 12 for 13 because La La Land like won and then didn't win. So I was really like 12 for 13. And the one pick I did get wrong, I knew after I picked it, I was like, I'm going to get this wrong. I think I picked Fences for Best Adapted Screenplay over Moonlight, and Moonlight won. And I knew after I picked it, I was like, I knew after I picked it that I should have picked the other one. So I'm not gonna waste too much time. I'm gonna answer comments maybe later in the video. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do it exactly, but I'm gonna try to roll through these so I can actually get through the content as if it's more like a presentation and less like a dialogue that we have going on. So we're gonna start with Best Supporting Actor. So as you can see, these are the nominees that you'll see from the Oscars tonight for Best Supporting Actor. So I didn't actually realize my microphone was kind of far away from me. Hopefully you guys can hear me better now. These are the 5 nominees for Best Supporting Actors. You can see Willem Dafoe, The Florida Project. You can see Woody Harrelson for 3 Billboards, Richard Jenkins for Shape of Water, Christopher Plummer for All the Money in the World, and Sam Rockwell for also 3 Billboards. So it's interesting because this category is definitely a pretty good category. You definitely got some good nominees here. I definitely would have went with Armie Hammer over one of the 3 Billboards guys. I probably would have cut Woody Harrelson out of this and put Armie Hammer in there. But alas, these are the picks that the Academy came up with, and these are kind of what I'm going to go with. So based on what I believe about these, what I believe is going to happen, here's my pick. So my pick is going to be Willem Dafoe for tonight. And I'm picking Willem Dafoe even though the research kind of is telling me otherwise. So basically, here's what I have here. So Sam Rockwell from 3 Billboards won the SAG Award, the Screen Actors Guild Award, the Critics' Choice Award, and the Golden Globe. He won all 3. 3 of the last 5 Oscar winners in this category went on to win the Oscar, so you would think my pick would be Sam Rockwell, but no. Willem Dafoe has been nominated 3 times, Shadow of a Vampire in 2000 and Platoon in 1986, and then this year for The Florida Project. Generally, winners in this category are first-time winners. Sam Rockwell has never actually been nominated, so he definitely could be the winner as a first-time nominee and first-time winner. And the Academy would love to pick someone like that. But for me, this is a gut feeling. This is an instinct I have about Willem Dafoe, and I think he's probably overdue for this one. That's kind of my logic here. Not only that he was just great in The Florida Project, but also that he was overdue. He's overdue. He's been nominated several times. He's never actually won, and this is kind of the Academy's chance to, give him that Oscar that he's kind of always deserved. So I found his performance to just be better than Sam Rockwell's overall. Probably the best out of this category. Christopher Plummer would probably actually be my pick out of these 5 if I were to pick. But generally, Willem Dafoe is my choice for who I think is going to win the award tonight. So, yeah, I picked Christopher Plummer, but generally speaking, I think Willem Dafoe will win the Oscar tonight. We will see. Sam Rockwell probably has the best chance to win, but I have a gut feeling about Willem Dafoe. Okay. So, all right. So Best Supporting Actress is the next category, right? So here are your 5 nominees. Mary J. Blige for Mudbound, Allison Janney for I, Tonya, Leslie Manville for Phantom Thread, Laurie Metcalf for Lady Bird, and Octavia Spencer for The Shape of Water. And this is another really good category, but to me, there is a clear favorite in this category, and that's Allison Janney. Allison Janney is going to, I would be absolutely stunned. I would be floored if she did not win this award because I feel so confident in her winning, not only based on the other previous award shows and how she won those as well, but just based on who had the best performance. And Allison Janney definitely wowed me the most out of these characters. Laurie Metcalf would probably be second, but Allison Janney is clearly going to win this. So just a couple little notes of information here. So Allison Janney took home the SAG Award this year in this category, and the last 5 winners who took home the SAG Award in this category went on to win the Oscar. So the last 5 SAG Award winners for Best Supporting Actress also won the Oscar that same year, which obviously bodes well for Allison Janney tonight. Allison Janney also won the Critics' Choice Award and the Golden Globe Award, and it just makes sense when you look at this category that she's the clear favorite. This is actually the pick I feel most confident in out of all the 13 picks that I'm gonna make. This pick, I'd be stunned. She's gonna win. I mean, there's not even, I don't even think it's a debate. She's gonna win this award tonight. So the next category, Best Cinematography. So you can see the Best Cinematography nominees here. So Blade Runner 2049, that's Roger Deakins. Darkest Hour, Bruno Del Bano. Sorry, my American American ignorance is showing. Dunkirk, Hoyt van Hoytema. Mudbound, Rachel Morrison. The Shape of Water, Dan Lauston. So there's definitely some good choices here for Best Cinematography. There's a lot of good films to choose from here. And for me, this is going to come down to, similar to what I said about Willem Dafoe, my winner for this one is going to be Blade Runner 2049. I think Roger Deakins is long overdue for this award, and I think he gets it tonight. I think Blade Runner 2049 was an excellently shot film. It would be my pick out of these 5, even though Dunkirk was absolutely stunning to look at. The other ones were pretty good too, but I would say Dunkirk and Blade Runner 2049 would be my 2 out of this pick. Shape of Water definitely has a chance to win this award as well. But I just think it's Roger Deakins' time. He's been around and been an elite cinematographer for a long time, and it's just his time to, win the award that he's probably been long overdue for. Secondly, he actually won the Critics' Choice Award, and all 5 winners of the Critics' Choice Award went on to win the Oscar in their respective years. So that bodes pretty well for Roger Deakins as well. And third, there's this weird trend where the first nominee listed in this category has, via alphabetical order, like you're seeing on screen now, has won the award 5 years in a row. So Blade Runner 2049, as starting with a B, the first alphabetical listing, the first nominee listed, the first listing has won the award 5 years in a row, which is like a weird trend. But Blade Runner 2049 I think continues that trend tonight. So yes, Blade Runner 2049 is my prediction for tonight. Okay. So now we're on to Best Original Score. So there's definitely some great options here. So we have Dunkirk, Hans Zimmer. Phantom Thread, Johnny Greenwood. Third, Shape of Water, Alexander Desplat. Star Wars The Last Jedi, the great John Williams. And 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri from Carter Burwell. So this is definitely a little bit of a tricky one too. But for me, this would not be my choice. But there it is. Shape of Water is going to win this award tonight. I feel pretty confident in it. I think that's going to happen. Phantom Thread probably has the second best chance to win. Dunkirk probably should win. I would give it to Dunkirk. But I'm going to have to say that The Shape of Water probably takes this one because basically just some numbers and some stats here. So 3 of the last winners of this category at the Critics' Choice Award went on to win Oscars. So 3 of the last 5 Critics' Choice winners won the Oscar. And the winner this year was Shape of Water. This would lead me to believe that Shape of Water will win the Oscar as well. The history is in my favor in those last 5 years at least. Shape of Water also has 13 total nominations, and it has to win a few of those nominations. And I think this is one of the awards it ends up grabbing. It has to win at least a few of those, and I think this is one of the ones it grabs. It wouldn't be my choice, like I said, but the Academy obviously loves this movie so much. It got 13 nominations, and I think Shape of Water wins this one. Like I said, would not be my choice because you guys know my feelings about Shape of Water. But generally speaking, I think Shape of Water will take this one come Oscar night tonight. Okay. So Best Sound Editing. So we got another good batch of nominees here. So firstly, Baby Driver, Julian Slater. Blade Runner 2049, Mark Mangini and Theo Green. Dunkirk, Alex Gibson and Richard King. Fourth, Shape of Water, Nathan Robatali, and Nelson Ferreira. And Star Wars The Last Jedi, Ren Kleiss, this sounds like Kylo Ren kind of, and Matthew Wood. So this is a difficult category to predict. And this is basically based on intuition and just gut feeling, because most of the other award shows don't actually give an award out for this award, so it's kind of difficult. I'm just kind of, what do I think is going to win? Not necessarily what I think should win, but what is my feeling on who's going to win. So yeah, this is one that's kind of a gut call as well. So for me, I'm going to say that Dunkirk takes this one. The reason I say Dunkirk takes this one is, for one, like I mentioned, the Academy likes to diversify the winners, so they like to spread out their winners across multiple films. Not give one film a lot of different awards. Kind of that happened with Mad Max a little bit, But they generally don't want to do that. They generally like to diversify their winners, like I said, and have a bunch of different films win different awards in different categories. And I think this is one that Dunkirk takes. So I think the Academy likes Dunkirk. A lot of people like Dunkirk, and I think editing it's going to win this one. Baby Driver could win as well. Baby Driver definitely has a lot of great things to offer sound-wise, a lot of mixing with the music and the sound effects and those kind of things. It could definitely win. But I think the Academy will likely go in favor of the crazy complexity that Dunkirk offers from a technical perspective. Shape of Water could also win here because they love Shape of Water and there's some good sound editing in that movie. I don't think it will win though, honestly. I think this is Dunkirk's category. But like I said, it's up in the air. But I think I think Dunkirk will win this one. Okay. So best visual effects. So we got 5 nominees here, based from the Academy. So Blade Runner 2049. So there's definitely a lot of names here, but I'm just skip over the names. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Kong Skull Island, Star Wars: The Last Jedi, and War for the Planet of the Apes. So this one, to me, I feel like I'm pretty confident in this one. I'm gonna go War for the Planet of the Apes. I know Dawn of the Planet of the Apes won, I think in 2014. And I think War for the Planet of the Apes takes this one. So it won the Critics' Choice Award this year for Best Visual Effects, and that's a pretty good indicator. Because it's a live action film, and I think it's got a lot of great technical things to offer, similar to how The Jungle Book won last year. What offers the most technical innovation, so to speak, and improving on new concepts? That's kind of what War for the Planet of the Apes does. And 3 of the last 5 Critics' Choice winners won the Oscar as well. So, and considering War for the Planet of the Apes won the award this year, I think it will take it. So yeah, I think War for the Planet of the Apes will take this award. I feel pretty confident in it. We'll see what happens. Okay. So director. Okay, so best director. So we have 5 nominees here, obviously. So Christopher Nolan first from Dunkirk, Get Out, or Jordan Peele from Get Out, Greta Gerwig from Lady Bird, Paul Thomas Anderson from Phantom Thread, and Guillermo del Toro from The Shape of Water. So this category is loaded. I mean, any one of these 5 could win this category. But for me, I feel pretty confident that this is Guillermo del Toro's award. I think he has been a great director for a while now. A lot of people love his work. I'm not a huge fan of what he's done so far. I like some of his movies. I like Pan's Labyrinth. I don't overly love his films. But I do feel like this is the year, considering how much everyone loves The Shape of Water, that this is the year that the man behind Shape of Water gets, behind the Academy's most beloved film, gets the award that he's probably deserving of in most people's eyes for this year. Similar to how Damien Chazelle won last year for La La Land. Most people like La La Land the most, even though it didn't win Best Picture. He ended up he's going to win this award, I'm pretty sure. So just some numbers here. So he won the Critics' Choice Award as well. He won the Golden Globe as well. And a film with 13 nominations has to be beloved by the critics, like I mentioned. So its director will likely win Best Picture. Only 2 of the last 5 Critics' Choice winners went on to win the Oscar, so it's not necessarily a lock. It's not necessarily a guarantee. But all signs for me seem to point in Del Toro's direction, so that's where I'm going with this one. So we'll kind of see how that turns out. But for me, Guillermo del Toro has this one, I believe. Greta Gerwig could also win, but I think Guillermo del Toro is going to win this one. Okay. Best Animated Feature Film. So 5 nominees here. The Boss Baby, The Breadwinner, Coco, Ferdinand, and Loving Vincent. And for me, this is the easiest award to pick out of any of them. I think this is a runaway favorite film. This will not be close. I think this is the easiest one to pick. The one I said Allison Janney is my most confident pick. I think this one is probably my most confident pick, actually. Coco's going to win this award. Coco's an easy choice here for me. It seems to be beloved by basically everyone, including myself, and I'd be stunned if it lost this category. It actually won the Critics' Choice Award as well, and 3 of the last 5 went on to win the Oscar too. So Coco's going to win, and another one of those that I'd be shocked if it did not win. And so I'm pretty confident in this one. Coco, this is an easy category to pick. Last year was a little bit tougher because we had Zootopia and Kubo, and there was another great animated film last year that I'm forgetting that was also in the running. But Kubo and Zootopia were great last year, and they were tough choices. So next up, Best Adapted Screenplay. So Best Adapted Screenplay. This is another tough category. Wow. And I'm showing you the winner. Okay, let me go through the categories. Call Me By Your Name, Disaster Artist, Logan, Molly's Game, Mudbound. So I already showed you the winner. Call Me By Your Name is going to win this award. That was that's what happens when you stream live, I guess. Sometimes you give away winners ahead of time. So the screenwriters for these actually are Call Me By Your Name, James Ivory, Disaster Artist, Scott Neustadter and Michael H. Weber, Logan, Scott Frank and James Mangold and Michael Green, Molly's Game, Aaron Sorkin, Mudbound, Virgil Williams, and D. Rees. So I'm going to go with Call Me By Your Name, as you can see. I'm going to Call Me By Your Name here because I, for one, think it's the best overall film on this list. And two, I think it makes sense for it to win. It won the Critics' Choice Award, and it will win the Oscar, too. I think Disaster Artist has an outside shot, but I don't think it ends up beating Call Me By Your Name. I think Call Me By Your Name is the clear favorite in this category. Okay, so Best Original Screenplay. Rolling right along. I'm going through this pretty quickly, actually. Best Original Screenplay. So we got The Big Sick from Emily V. Gordon and Kumail Nanjiani, Get Out from Jordan Peele, Lady Bird from Greta Gerwig, The Shape of Water, Guillermo del Toro, Vanessa Taylor, Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri from Martin McDonough. Okay, so my pick for this one is going to be Get Out. And the reason that I'm picking Get Out for this one, and this is a really tough category to pick overall, so let me just say that right off the bat. It's a tough category to pick because I feel like you could probably make a case for any one of these 5 nominees. They're all very well-written scripts. They're all very well-written films, and you could probably, like I said, make a case for any one of them winning. However, all 5 of the last 5 Critics' Choice winners in this category went on to win the Oscar. So the last 5 years, every Critics' Choice winner won the Oscar as well. That's a pretty good indicator. That's a pretty strong statistical relevance there and impact there. So, and who won the Critics' Choice Award this year? That would be Get Out. That would be Jordan Peele. So this is a category that I think Get Out will win. I also think, like I mentioned, the Academy picks Get Out here to diversify their winner base. Not diversity in the way you're thinking, but diversity in spreading out the awards across multiple films they love, like I mentioned, and not pick the same winner for every award. And that's kind of how they are going to play this out. So next up, the big one. Best Actress in a Leading Role. We actually only have 3 categories left. I've rolled through this pretty quickly. Okay, so Best Actress in a Leading Role. You can see Sally Hawkins, The Shape of Water, Frances McDormand, Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, Margot Robbie, I, Tonya, Saoirse Ronan, Lady Bird, always have trouble pronouncing her name correctly, and Meryl Streep from The Post. So this one, to me, I think this is a very tough category to pick, but I don't think it's a tough category to predict. This category is going to go to Frances McDormand, and I feel very confident in this. I'm going to say that Frances McDormand takes this one, and I'm going to say that because she won both the SAG and the Critics' Choice Award, and she's definitely the favorite here. She's going to win this award. You know, whether people like this choice or not, I'm fine with this choice. I would pick Margot Robbie myself, but I think Frances McDormand is going to win. I also think Sally Hawkins has an outside shot, as does Margot Robbie. I think it's probably Frances McDormand, Sally Hawkins, then Margot Robbie in that order in terms of chance of winning. And that's just kind of, the chance that I think is what's going to happen here. Because Frances McDormand won, like I said, she won the SAG Award and the Critics' Choice Award, and she, to me, is clearly going to win this award. I would be shocked if she did not. Okay. So Best Actor in a Leading Role. So we got Timothée Chalamet from Call Me By Your Name, Daniel Day-Lewis from Phantom Thread, Daniel Kaluuya from Get Out, Gary Oldman from The Darkest Hour, and Denzel Washington from Roman J. Israel Esquire. I don't know. Okay, so the winner here is going to be, not surprisingly, Gary Oldman. Gary Oldman is going to win this award, even though I do not agree with this pick. To me, it's a 3-horse race. You have a 3-horse race between Timothée Chalamet, Daniel Day-Lewis, and Gary Oldman. But it's going to be Gary Oldman, and there's a couple of reasons for that. My logic is really twofold, I guess. First, 4 of the last 5 winners from the Critics' Choice Awards went on to win the Oscar too, which Gary Oldman won. Second, Gary Oldman is another long overdue candidate. He's been such a great actor for a long time that I think the Academy will recognize his excellent work as Winston Churchill. It's a very transformative performance, and I'm fairly confident he'll win this award. He won the SAG Award too, by the way. So Gary Oldman all signs point to him winning this award. Daniel Day-Lewis could definitely win too. He's recognized for his greatness for a reason. Timothée Chalamet could easily win as well, but he's so young. I think the Academy is going to say, let's see what this kid does for the rest of his career and let him pay his dues, so to speak. Gary Oldman has paid his dues. He's been around for a long time. Daniel Day-Lewis has won it 3 times. Denzel Washington was in a movie that wasn't beloved by critics. That's kind of tough. Daniel Kaluuya, I don't know if he showed quite enough versatility in his performance to win this award, but I think Gary Oldman is going to take this one. Okay, and finally, Best Picture. So Best Picture is tricky because, and I showed you the freaking winner. Okay. Again, this is live. This is live internet for you. God. Okay. So the Best Picture here: Call Me by Your Name, Darkest Hour, Dunkirk, Get Out, Lady Bird, Phantom Thread, The Post, Shape of Water, and Three Billboards. And as you saw already, there it is, Dunkirk. The reason I'm picking Dunkirk is, I don't know. There's a reason for it, but it's not well substantiated. It is totally gut based, intuition based, feeling. That's what this pick is. And there's a reason for that, because last year I gave Moonlight an outside chance to win, but I didn't think Moonlight was going to win. I thought La La Land was probably like an 80% favorite. And generally speaking, yeah, I think that Dunkirk takes this one in a real shocker. This is not one that people were expecting to win, and I'm going to tell you why. Because this is a real tough one to pick, like I mentioned. Shape of Water won the Critics' Choice Award, and 3 of the last 5 there went on to win the Oscar. But 3 Billboards won the Golden Globe, and 3 of the last 5 there went on to win the Oscar as well. So it's most likely you're looking at 3 Billboards and Shape of Water as your two horse race. That is the most likely outcome. Those are the most 2 likely films to win. 3 Billboards and Shape of Water. Those 2 are the most likely to win this award. But I have an intuition here. I have a feeling that Dunkirk takes this one. I have a gut feeling that it's going to be a shocker. No one's going to expect it, and the Academy is going to shock everybody with Dunkirk here. And generally, I think this is probably the closest Best Picture race in years, because there is not a clear favorite. Generally, like La La Land or Spotlight or something along those lines, there's a clear favorite, like a horse that's ahead of the rest, so to speak, that's ahead of everybody. And that's not the case this year. I don't think there is one. And there's nothing to back me up on this, like I mentioned, but I have a gut feeling that Dunkirk is going to win. I have a feeling it's going to be a shocker, and Dunkirk is going to take this one. I'm obviously going out on a limb here and following instinct, and I think the Academy may pull a fast one. So yes, those are my predictions. I have a feeling Dunkirk is going to take this one. It could be a shocker. Who knows what's going to happen? It's going to be a crazy show for sure. Like I said, I'm going to be streaming live around 8 p.m. tonight, hopefully beforehand, once I can figure out exactly how I'm going to watch it. So that's going to be interesting to figure out. Let me go ahead and actually answer some comments now. Sorry, I was taking a while. I had to roll through that pretty quickly. Okay. So Nebek said, what was better, 2017 or 16? 2016 for me. 2017 had some great movies for sure, but 2016 was a little bit better, more well-rounded to me. I like 2016 a little bit more, because La La Land is one of my top 5 favorite movies probably ever. Arrival is probably in there as well. Hacksaw Ridge was great. Edge of 17, Kubo, Zootopia. There were a lot of really good movies in 2016. A lot of really great movies in 2017 too, but probably not any that would fall on my top 10 of all time. And that's why generally I would go with 2016. So Katarina said Dunkirk deserves Best Picture. Yeah, I have no argument with Dunkirk as Best Picture winner. I would pick not Dunkirk. I would probably pick something else. Out of those nominees, let me look at that again. Out of those nominees, I'd probably pick Call Me by Your Name out of these. But there's a lot of good choices here. It's really close. I would not pick The Post or Shape of Water. I would not pick 3 Billboards. I would not pick Get Out. I would not pick Darkest Hour. For me, it's a 4-horse race. Call Me by Your Name, Phantom Thread, Dunkirk, and Lady Bird. If I were picking the award, that's how it would go for me. I wouldn't mind Dunkirk, but I'd probably pick Call Me by Your Name. 2012 is also great, like also mentioned. 2012 had some great movies for sure. Some of the best, definitely. 2016, Dennis said, but the top 3 from 2017 is better than 2016's top 3. Makes sense. I disagree, but I'm not going to argue with that logic. It makes sense to me. Yeah, Nebek said 3 Billboards will win. I think 3 Billboards probably has the best chance of winning, if not Shape of Water. Those 2, like I mentioned, those 2 are the favorites if there are any. But I have a weird feeling about Dunkirk, and that'll probably be the one I get wrong. Maybe I'll get 2 wrong, but that'll be one of them I get wrong. But I'm kind of going out on a limb here and following my gut on this one. I'm gonna look that up. So Dennis said, let's see. Let's see. I'm checking something else. So Dennis said, I swore I did. Let's see. So Planet of the Apes. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Yeah, Dennis is right. I think it won the Critics' Choice Award. So the Dawn for the Planet of the Apes actually didn't win an Oscar. It won, so that's a correction. It won I think it won a Critics' Choice or something like that, and it won a Visual Effects Day, but it did not win the Oscar, so that's a good correction. Dan said, "Hope Darkest Hour wins." Darkest Hour has no chance of winning, I don't think. Not for Best Picture. Not for Best Picture. It might win something else, but not for Best Picture. But Gary Oldman's gonna win. Yeah, I love the movies. Nebek said, Shape of Water has, and Three Billboards have more acclaim. Yes, I agree. They probably do. That's why I think those two are the favorites. But I think something crazy could happen. We'll see. Like, they're going to have to one-up themselves from last year with the envelope fiasco. So the only way to do that is by not coming across as dysfunctional, is to come up with a shocker. So we'll see. So Austin said, Argo, Django, Life of Pi, Silver Line. Yeah. 2012 was excellent. 2012 had some excellent films. That's definitely one of the best years in a long time, and definitely one of some of my favorite movies in there for sure. Definitely Zero Dark 30 and Life of Pi for sure. But yeah, I think Dunkirk. I just have a feeling about Dunkirk because I think, like I said, the Academy is going to go for something entertaining and something bold, and people will be like, "Whoa!" When Dunkirk wins, they'll be like, "Whoa! I did not expect that." Right? So that's just my gut feeling. But we'll see. Yes, all I said, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes lost to Interstellar. That makes sense. So maybe Planet of the Apes gets its first Oscar then. Maybe that could be my logic there. So Planet of the Apes gets its first Oscar here. We'll see how that turns out. So Dennis, you think Life of Pi is bad? Oh, dude, I don't know if we can be friends anymore, man. I don't know. I'm gonna have to ban you from the channel. No, I'm just kidding. I won't ban you. But Life of Pi is one of my favorite movies, and it's an excellent movie. It's a visual masterpiece, I think. So if you don't like Life of Pi, there's not something wrong with Pi. There's something wrong with you, Dennis. That's what it is. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, you should definitely like Life of Pi. If you don't like Life of Pi, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, exactly. Nebek said Life of Pi is lit. Life of Pi is definitely lit, dude. Life of Pi is lit. Life of Pi is hashtag totally lit, fam. That's what it is. I'm gonna type that in the chat actually. Yeah, Life of Pi is hashtag totally lit, fam. That's what it is. But yeah, 2012 is excellent. There's a lot of good movies. Zero Dark 30 is one of my favorite movies. That was Jessica Chastain's start. Well, her first big role that really thrust her into the spotlight. That worked really well. But yeah, so those are the Oscar predictions, like I mentioned. Hopefully that was entertaining for you guys. Let's see. I can go through them one more time actually now that I'm on this. So Best Supporting Actor. That's weird. Okay, there it is. Okay. All right. So Supporting Actor, you see Willem Dafoe. Best Supporting Actress, you can see Allison Janney. Best Cinematography, Blade Runner 2049. Best Original Score, The Shape of Water. Best Sound Editing, Dunkirk. Best Visual Effects, War for the Planet of the Apes. The first Planet of the Apes Oscar will win. Thank you, Dennis. Best Director, Guillermo del Toro for The Shape of Water. Animated Feature, Coco and a Landslide. Best Adapted Screenplay, Call Me By Your Name. I think that's a pretty easy one, too. Best Original Screenplay, Get Out. It's going to win. Frances McDormand in Best Actress in a Leading Role for Three Billboards. I think she is going to win this. Actor in a Leading Role, Gary Oldman. Not my choice, but he would probably be third for me. But I feel like he is going to win this one, and I feel pretty confident. Best Picture, Dunkirk. That's the one I'm going on a limb on. So could easily be Shape of Water or Three Billboards, but we'll kind of see how that goes. Yeah, Dennis said Zero Dark 30 is a mustard piece. A mustard piece. I'm not sure. Okay, I don't know. Yes, Nebek said, will there be a stream while the Oscar takes place? Yes, I will be streaming live for the Oscars around 8 p.m. tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern time. So, like I mentioned, I'm going to try. I mean, I plan on finding it, watching it online. I have a TV subscription thing online. I'm not sure if it's going to let me, but I'm going to try to figure out a way to make this happen. We'll kind of see how that goes. Yeah, Captain Phillips, 12 Years a Slave, Dallas Buyers Club, American Hustle. Yes, those are all great films. So that was 2013. Yeah, 2013. Dallas Buyers Club is on Netflix, by the way. So if any of you have not seen Dallas Buyers Club, I watched it again recently. I love that movie so much. I think I'm going to do a video essay on it, maybe about Matthew McConaughey's performance and Jared Leto in it, how those two kind of carry the film. But it's an excellent film. It's excellent. So good. One of my favorites. Matthew McConaughey and Jared Leto both were well-deserving of those Oscars they won. But yes, a mustard piece. I'm not sure what that means. Zero Dark 30 is a mustard piece. It's a masterpiece, maybe. But I don't know what a mustard piece is. But yeah, so hopefully, yeah, if you guys disagree with my predictions, let me know. But other than that, yeah, this video is going to go up on the channel too, so everyone else can watch it. But if you guys have any final questions before I get out of here, let me know. But like I said, the Oscar stream is at 8 p.m. tonight, around there, so be on the lookout for that. And see see kind of what happens. I'm not going to post the video of the Oscars on the live stream because I would get a copyright strike and get my channel, taken down, or get the video taken down. That's not ideal. So that I'm not gonna have the video. So I'm just gonna be reacting to it. You guys will have to watch it somewhere, and then we can discuss it live. And that's kind of how I'm gonna approach it. And then go from there. But yeah, so you guys have any final question for me, let me know before I sign off out of here. But yeah, this video will be up on the channel, so if you want to look at my predictions a little bit further, you can go ahead and do that, and it will be on there soon after we're done airing. Okay, so any final question, just let me know, and then we'll kind of go from there. But yeah, I think these predictions are fun to do because last year, like I said, I was 11 for 13 last year, and it rarely works out that well. Usually something crazy happens. But like I said, if you really look at the other award shows, like the Critics' Choice and the SAGs and the Golden Globes, you can kind of tell which direction things are headed. And that's usually a pretty good indicator of what's going to happen. That's generally the logic that I use. So that's kind of how I predict them. Not, like I said, these predictions are not based on what I think should win. They're based on what I think will win. So that's kind of how it goes. Favorite film from the 90s? Probably Terminator 2. Terminator 2 was 91. That's probably my favorite film from the 90s. But I have to think about it. Let me do a Google search real quick because it's really hard to think of 90s films. Probably Terminator 2, though. Pulp Fiction, Titanic, The Matrix. Forrest Gump is definitely good. Toy Story was definitely good. Independence Day, Men in Black, Braveheart, American Beauty. No, I think it'd be Terminator 2. Based on what I'm seeing, I'd have to think about it for sure. Batman Forever, yes, definitely Batman Forever. That's a good choice too, Dennis. That's a good choice too. But yeah, I'd go Terminator 2. Terminator 2 is one of my favorite action movies ever. Well, it's sci-fi action, But Terminator 2 is one of the best sequels of all time. So I love Arnold Schwarzenegger. Austin does too. So we definitely love Arnold Schwarzenegger, and that's Terminator 2 is the best Terminator film by far to me. I love Terminator 1, but Terminator 2 is better. So yeah, favorite film from the I don't think I've seen any 1930s films. Not that I know of. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't even know there's probably some out there remastered for Blu-ray. But yeah, Dennis, you should watch Terminator 2. I don't think Terminator 1, you probably should watch it if you haven't seen it, but I think Terminator 2, you could probably go in and probably still be fine and still love it. And still be fine. But anyway, yeah, I'll see you guys tonight for the Oscars ceremony. Like I said, I'll be live streaming for that at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure to check back in the channel around then. And as always, like I said, we'll be able to discuss things live and talk about who's going to win. And I'll probably have a graphic on screen where I can mark a check mark or an X mark on each of my predictions. So that's kind of how I'm going to do it. I'll probably put them on the side of the screen, and then go from there. And then kind of give you a live rundown of whether I'm right or wrong. Watch it be I'll be 2 for 13 this year or something. Now I think I'm pretty confident that I'll do well. But yeah, the one pick, I could definitely get the Dunkirk pick wrong. That could easily blow up in my face. But I just have a gut feeling about it. I have a weird feeling about Dunkirk. So I think it's going to win. But either way, I appreciate you guys for watching. Like I said, I'll see you guys around 8 p.m. Eastern tonight. If you can't make that, the live stream will actually be put on the channel as well. So the live Oscar stuff, I'll be streaming for a long time, so it should really be fun. So Dennis said, how many hours? So what time is it now? It's 10:40 here in the Eastern time. So I don't know how many hours that is. 8. It's like 10 hours from now, something like that. Yeah, 10 hours, something like that. But either way, yeah, 8 p.m. Eastern time. So for those of you, yeah, if you type in time clock on Google or something, you'll kind of see time calculator, and you can kind of see what Eastern time is based on your time, and then kind of so to speak. But either way, I'll see you guys at 8 p.m. tonight, and as always, thank you for watching.